Hi guys, today I'm reviewing the Hamilton Beach stand mixer. A lot of you out there need a mixer, probably want a KitchenAid, but don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on it. So I figured let's give this a try and see if it'll perform well enough for a budget mixer. This Hamilton Beach runs around $100 or less right now. This review is not a comparison between KitchenAid and this Hamilton Beach. That would be unfair since there is a big price difference. It comes in this red, black and chrome. Although this red looks plasticky, the design is clean. This unit comes with a 3.5 quart stainless steel mixing bowl, flat beater, whisk, and dough hook. There are 6 speed settings and a fold setting, which you can use to fold in whipped egg whites or whipped cream into a batter. The fold setting is manual, so you have to hold it at fold and let go, like using a pulse button on a food processor. Above the speed settings, the mixer has suggested speeds for different types of food. This is the head lift button. You push it and lift the mixer head up. Push this again to put the mixer head down. There are suction cups on the bottom of the mixer, which should keep the unit from moving around on your countertop. This mixer weighs 11 pounds. The unit is just about 12 inches tall, 13 inches deep, and about 6¼ inches wide. The flat beater is probably going to be the one you use the most. It's for mixing cakes and cookie dough. The dough hook is used for making bread and pizza. The whisk is for whipping cream and egg whites, only for liquids. Any attachment you use with a good mixer should reach all parts of the bowl so the ingredients are combined well. Let's test out the mixer. First, I'll whip cream. Make sure the unit is unplugged and the setting is on off or O. Press the head lift button and tilt the mixer head up. I'll attach the whisk. There are 2 little tabs here that go right into the slots in the shaft here. Just line it up and it goes straight in. To remove it, pulls out. The bowl goes on the base and just twists and locks. Press the head lift button again and tilt the head down. When whipping cream, you have to use a minimum of 1 cup, and if you're whipping egg whites, a minimum of 2 large egg whites. Otherwise, the tip of the whisk won't be immersed in the liquid and won't whip up properly. When whipping, always start on a low speed and gradually move up to a higher speed. I'm going to whip 1.5 cups of heavy cream. I'll start it on 1. And we have nicely whipped cream. That didn't take very long. You can whip this a little more if you'd like. This is a nice soft whipped cream. I want to see how well the fold setting works, so I'm going to take a little bit of the whipped cream, mix it into some strawberry preserves, and I'm going to use the fold setting and see how it folds in the preserves. I'll put in 2 spoons. With the fold setting, remember you have to hold it. I'll fold in 2 more spoons. Let's see how that worked. It was folded in, but not really well. As you can see, it's better if you just fold it using the whisk with your hands. Now it's more evenly folded in manually. The cream itself was whipped really nicely though. This whipped cream is great for a strawberries and cream cake. Now I'll make some cookie dough. Attach the flat beater. I'll put in 2 sticks of very soft butter. It's best to leave the butter out of the fridge for at least a couple of hours. Start this on low and gradually go up to high. I'm adding my sugars. 3/4 of a cup of white sugar and 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. The mixing head spins as the beater rotates inside the bowl. As with most mixers, you will have to scrape down the sides of the bowl. I just like to scrape down my beater. Sometimes butter is all the way up the beater and just the sides. It's best to scrape it down before you add your eggs. This is not bad. The beater seems to have reached the bottom of the bowl. Add 2 eggs, one at a time. Teaspoons of vanilla, I will need to scrape down again because the butter and sugar are on the sides here. I'll add my flour slowly. So when you first put in the flour, make sure the speed is on 1 or 2, and after a few seconds, just turn it to 3 or 4, and the beater will get all the flour from the sides of the bowl. The flour, you can see, is incorporated. There's a teeny bit on the bottom, but that is really the case with most mixers. This is actually very decent. I'm just going to add my chocolate chips, and we'll have our cookie dough. I'll add a cup of chocolate chips. And that's good. So there's our cookie dough, and the Hamilton Beach did a pretty good job of making the dough. It's creamy and all the ingredients are incorporated well. Next, I'm going to make pizza dough. I'll attach the dough hook. In my bowl, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 packet of yeast, and a cup of warm water. Let's give this a stir. Leave this for about 10 minutes or until you see it foaming. You can see our mixture is foaming. I'll add a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons olive oil. We'll mix this and add 3 cups of 00 flour a little bit at a time. When it's all combined, we'll increase the speed to medium and mix about 5 minutes. We will scrape the dough off the beater occasionally if you need to, and if the dough is sticky, we'll add a little bit of flour, or if the dough is too dry, we'll add some water. Just scrape the dough off of the blade. It's come together nicely. I'll need this a little bit more. As you notice, the machine does wobble a bit when the speed is higher than 3 when you're making the pizza dough. Okay, you saw that. The dough is pretty heavy, so just pulled the dough hook down. So you want to be careful and hold the dough hook up here when you are getting the dough off. So the dough has come together nicely. I didn't need to add any water or flour. It's a really nice, soft pizza dough. I always knead the dough a couple more times by hand so it's nice and smooth. This feels like a really soft, lovely pizza dough. I'll put my dough into a lightly oiled bowl and just flip it over so both sides are oiled. Cover the dough with plastic wrap and let it rise until doubled. Then you can roll it out and make pizza. To clean, unplug the mixer, make sure it's off. The bowl and attachments are dishwasher safe, except on the Sani setting. Wipe down the mixer with a damp cloth. I usually soak the bowl and attachment in warm soapy water right after using and hand wash it. Otherwise, food gets crusted onto the attachment and it's harder to clean. Overall, this Hamilton Beach mixer did a good job. The cream was whipped nicely. The fold setting I wouldn't even use. I don't even think mixers should be designed to fold. It's really best to do it manually so you don't deflate the cream or egg whites. The mixer did a decent job on the cookie dough as well. You do of course have to scrape down the bowl 2 or 3 times. The pizza dough came out nice as well. I will say it's a breeze to pick up the unit off the counter and move it to another spot because it's only 11 pounds. Some other mixers weigh double that. I think it's pretty decent for a budget stand mixer. The link to the Hamilton Beach mixer is in the description below. I hope you found this review helpful. Please subscribe for more reviews of products you use every day. Thanks for watching.